and girls and children of all ages. My name is Layden Todd for DIY Media, and you are watching the last episode this season of Truth Be Told. Now, this was going to be a completely different episode. I have to admit that there is no script this time. This is me, and only me, talking about facts, and the fact of the matter is by 2030, if we don't step up, New Zealand is going to be a whole hell of a lot different. Stay tuned for this and more on Truth Be Told. The Maori population is dwindling, it is dying, and there is no reason to try and revive it. That's what some think, but I don't agree. Here's the thing. Maoris have treated Europeans horribly, and Europeans have treated Maoris horribly, and we've both treated each other horribly, and we've both had stigmas about each other that were horrible stigmas. But here's a time to unite, because here's the fact of the matter. By 2030, by the year 2030, China, or Chinese, will be the second highest population in New Zealand. That is at the moment Maori at 14%, or somewhere over there. Going up to 2050, China will be catching the Europeans. Islam will be catching the Europeans. It will be a race. If we don't change anything, it's not even a chance, it's a certainty will be taken over by one of the two. Islam or China. And at the moment we have no idea. We've just got to sit and wait unless we do something about it, unless we state that we drop down the numbers of Chinese who come in, we drop down the number of Islamic people who come in. And why is it scary? Because every single Islamic country in the world has some kind of fanaticism about it. Whether or not you like people of Islam, I don't care if you like an Islamic person. I have people who I like who are Islamic. It is a fact, an absolute fact, unless you can steer me otherwise, that every single country in Islam, every Islamic country, is a radical, tyrannical government. You can't tell me one government that is moderate. The most moderate you can get is Turkey, and even then they'll throw you in jail for you know, holding somebody's hand. That's the most moderate you get. They throw you in jail for holding someone's hand in public. I mean, PDA can be kind of awkward, but it's not a jailable offence. But in Turkey it is. Or you go to Abu Dhabi, where this year alone was the first time, and I'm using this for an example because I know it, the first time a woman has wrestled in Abu Dhabi. That is insane. But we sit here and we say, oh, let's just let Islamic countries be Islamic countries. It's radical. And fine, let them do what they want. They do themselves. But they don't come to New Zealand and take us over. Let's talk about the Chinese for a second. The Chinese, if they get New Zealand, they're going to get Australia, they're probably going to get parts of Europe and Africa. If they get all of those, they set up a thugocracy. If you don't know what that is what China is. It is take, 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 and no give from the government. It is socialist, not communist. Although they like to spout out communism, they're socialists. It's thugocracy. It's evil, evil thugocracy. Where they like to spout to you about socialism or communism being about, everybody getting a fair and equal amount of money. That's not what it is. Because firstly, there is no money. They distribute it. The government distributes the food. The government distributes the clothes. The government distributes the education. The government distributes the health sector. The government distributes everything. That's always how it's been, and always is how it will be in every single socialist country there has ever been. And if you want to talk about communism, there's never been a communist country. The idea of communism is evil, but it still is better than socialism. It still is better than socialism. Socialism has the government distribute everything, whereas communism has the people distribute everything. That's the real difference. Still evil because people aren't getting their fair share. Some people can slag off and some people don't have to work, and some people have to do all the work and they get the same amount as everybody else. That's not a fair economy. But what it is not socialism, where the government distributes everything, where the people can choose whether or not they're socialists or being communist, or if they want to be a a capitalist country, if they want to be a democracy or a thugocracy or a anything they want to be, they can be a meritocracy. It is still evil, but it is far cry better than socialism or fascism. But that is what China is socialism. It is even bordering now on the realm of fascism, which was created by Giovanni Gentile, which is the idea that same as socialism, where you distribute everything, but instead everything is government sector. There is no private sector at all. Everything is government sector. Everything. Health, wealth, everything. Schooling, education, everything. Farming, everything. Everything is owned by the government. You are owned by the government. You must be subordinate to the government. That is true fascism at its core. There are characteristics of fascism, sure, but what I'm trying to say is China's an evil place, Islam's an evil religion, them being the two main distributors of land or territory. It is not a good thing. Them being in competition for New Zealand is not a good thing. We've got to come together. We've got to do something to make sure Chinese doesn't take over Maori, because even though I still have my griefs about Maori and some Maori people, it is a far cry better to have Maoris than it is to have Chinese, because Chinese will take. Maoris, they don't. Thank you for joining me here today. If you disagree with me, please email me at business.diymedia@gmail.com, or you can tweet me at Totocharm or at DIYSMI. This is the last episode of Truth Be Told for Season 1. We'll probably be back around, I want to say, maybe around August, September, October time. I've got to film everything. But thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for joining me the whole season. And I hope you join me for Season 2. That's going to be great. It's going to change. The whole format's going to change. Instead of pictures flying up, I'm going to be in front of a camera with a microphone on, talking to you guys. So you don't have to stare at pictures. You don't have to see my laziness when I choose that I don't feel like doing this. But we've got to bring back the Kiwi spirit. We've got to bring back the Kiwi dream, because right now the way the Kiwi dream is going, it is to become Chinese. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Len Todd for DIY Media. You've been watching Truth Be Told. I'll see you next season. But until then, stay safe, guys. And as always, I mean,